Hi, I'm Linda. Welcome to 3 top tips for intentional breathing. Do you feel stressed? Do you feel anxious? Do you feel tired? Do you find yourself holding on to things that no longer serve you? Intentional conscious breathing can support you to change your emotional state, your physical state, or your mental state, and allow you to return to a place of happiness, relaxation, clarity. It can support you to move from being reactive to responsive. So let's explore 3 things that you can do consciously with intention. The first is breath awareness. We breathe all the time. Most of us are never aware of our body and of the breath moving our body. By focusing our attention on our breath, by bringing our awareness to an automatic process, we gift ourselves with the experience and the capacity to change our emotional state. And the great part about this one is there's nothing to do. You don't have to become perfect. However you breathe is great. This is all about awareness. So you take a breath and you turn your awareness inward. And you watch the breath. You watch the way it moves into your body and through your body. You watch how it gently opens. Where does your breath go? Is it going to your lungs and your upper diaphragm? Do you feel your ribs expanding and contracting? As you breathe, does your breath go into your belly? Where is your breath going in your body? How is your body moving? You turn your attention inward and you watch. It's all you do. You take 1 to 3 minutes and you watch. And as you do that, you will find your mental process quiets, your emotional state becomes more still. Bringing your awareness to your breath changes your state. And it slows everything down. And you'll find yourself becoming quieter. And that process, that awareness, that calmness, that slowing down, brings us to the next top tip for intentional breathing. And that is slowing down. We can actually use intentional breathing as a way to move ourselves from being reactive to another person, an experience, and becoming conscious, becoming responsive instead of reactive. We can use the breath to create a pause so that before we say something, before we do something, we give ourselves a little space. And in that space, we move. We move from automatic, unthinking, programmed, I've always done it this way kinds of responses or reactions to a measured, more thoughtful, calm response. What it requires is that in the midst of a conversation, before you say something, you just take a pause. And I consciously use that word just. You take a breath. And then you respond. When you're in a conversation and you find yourself talking over another person, your thoughts are coming out before the other person has even finished what they're sharing. Take a breath. Slow down. And when you do, that breath is an invitation to become a listener, to become an observer, become more aligned with the best of who you are in thought, in feeling, to become more intentional and less reactive. The third tip for intentional breathing, and the way in which it can become your servant, is letting go. One of my teachers used to say, if you can't let go of your breath, how can you let go of anything else? And I thought that was actually a great observation and a great question. And when I was learning conscious breathing and was a student, and even though I still am, the letting go piece was so challenging. And I thought I was letting go. I thought I was doing connected breathing. And I would find myself consciously inhaling with these very elegant, graceful exhales. However, I wasn't letting go of anything. I was still controlling my breath. And I really struggled in the beginning to find a way to support myself, to give myself a cue. What does letting go feel like? What does it sound like? So I came up with my own visual prompt. And it's a physical prompt also that I give myself. And it was the way I gave myself the experience of letting go. So I'll share it with you, and you can use it or not. And this is kind of what it looks like. And I use the turning and the dropping of my hand as the physical prompt to let go of my breath. So instead of going, I taught myself, now when I find myself holding on to thoughts that kind of run through my mind like a stuck record, or emotions connected to those thoughts that are emotions of anxiety or worry or taking things personal, I practice the letting go breath. So whether I'm in a meeting, talking on the phone, just sitting by myself and the thoughts are running through my mind, I practice letting go. And with that, the automatic, unthinking process of the breath becomes a conscious, intentional servant that supports me to become even more responsive, even happier than I already am, even more at peace with my life experiences, even more joyous. So I invite you to invite the breath with conscious intention to become your servant, to support you to become more aware, to support you to slow down, and to support you to let go. Thank you for joining me for 3 top tips for breathing. If you'd like to learn more, if you'd like to find out how you can utilize the breath and incorporate it with language and new values to develop a new way of experiencing your life, if you would desire to change your ordinary thoughts and lead a more extraordinary life, explore my website, look at the things that I offer. Thank you for joining me. Have a glorious day.